When you think about the insurance industry, what's the first thing that springs to mind? For a lot of us, it's probably words like, traditional, slow to change, maybe even a bit conservative. That's certainly been the perception for a long time. But what if I told you that this very industry is actually in the middle of a massive technological transformation? It's fundamentally reshaping how it operates, really from the inside out. That's the surprising reality we're seeing. And today, on the deep dive, we're going to unpack exactly how artificial intelligence, AI, is driving this revolution. We've been digging into a really comprehensive source. It's titled AI Revolution: Transforming the Insurance Industry. And our mission here, like always, is to pull out those key nuggets of knowledge, the important bits, and maybe some surprising facts about AI's impact on insurance. We want to give you a clear picture, quick and concise. Yeah, and it's important to see this isn't just an insurance story, right? It's actually a fascinating case study. For almost any sector that's grappling with rapid tech change, what we'll talk about here, innovation, customer experience, the real um, organizational hurdles, it applies pretty broadly. It gives you some crucial insights into what makes new tech adoption truly work and maybe where the hidden challenges often lie.
Okay, let's jump right in then. There's something our source points out straight away, this interesting paradox. You'd think, wouldn't you, that an industry pouring money into AI would be seeing immediate, obvious returns.
Seems logical.
But here's the twist. While something like 80% of insurance companies are experimenting with AI, actively trying it out, a very similar percentage, also around 80% of these early adopters, are reporting that their investments haven't really translated into clear, measurable profit gains. Not yet, anyway.
Right.
So what's going on there? Is the tech not ready, or is it something else? Well, what's really fascinating about that paradox is what it tells us. Success isn't just about buying the latest shiny tech. You can't just plug it in and, expect miracles. The real payoff, the big ROI, it comes from strategically integrating the AI. And maybe even more critically, it depends on fostering a culture that's actually willing to adapt inside the organization itself. For anyone listening who's thinking about adopting new tech, big company, or small business, this is a key takeaway. The people part, the process part, they're often just as vital as the code.
That's a really important distinction. Okay, so despite that initial, let's say, profitability puzzle, when you look closer at the actual transformations AI is bringing to specific areas, they are visible and quite dramatic, actually. Let's start with claims processing. This is where many customers have their main interaction, right? And historically, it could be, well, slow,
Yep.
frustrating sometimes.
Definitely a pain point.
Yeah. But the breakthroughs are kind of incredible. We learned about Lemonade's implementation back in 2021. Get this. 1/3 of their claims were resolved in just 3 seconds.
3 seconds. Wow.
3 seconds. And with zero human intervention. Imagine that. You hit submit, and basically you're paid. And it's not just them. Another example, a major U.S. travel insurer. They process about 400,000 claims a year. They managed to automate, I think it was, 57% of them,
57%.
slashing resolution times from weeks, literally weeks, down to minutes.
That completely changes the game for customer response time, doesn't it? But AI isn't just about speed, though that's huge. It's also tackling some fundamental quality issues, like something called claims leakage. That's basically costly errors, money draining out due to inefficient processing or maybe inaccurate payouts. AI can cut that down by up to 30%.
Oh,
Through smart automation.
okay.
So for you, the listener, what does that mean? It means faster payouts, yes, but also more accurate ones, which is a massive relief when you're in the middle of a claim situation. And what's interesting, too, is how this actually empowers the human claims adjusters. They're not being replaced wholesale. They can handle 40–50% more cases now because the routine stuff is automated. So they can focus their, emotional intelligence, their judgment on the really complex cases that need a human touch.
Okay, so from claims, this shift, this data-driven approach, it's also completely changing how insurers assess risk, what they call underwriting. AI lets underwriters process just enormous amounts of data from really diverse sources, too. Think about telematics data from your car.
Driving habits.
Exactly. Real-time info on how you drive, speed, braking, that kind of thing. Combine that with credit histories, even patterns from social media sometimes. It's all being crunched to build much more nuanced risk profiles than the old methods ever could. And the results. The precision is making a real difference. There's one case study that stood out, Zurich. Their AI-powered risk management platform improved assessment accuracy by an impressive 90%.
90%. That's huge.
Yeah. That level of accuracy must fundamentally change how they build their risk models, right?
Oh, absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, This evolution allows for dynamic pricing models, prices that reflect your individual circumstances much more accurately.
Right.
It's a move away from those sort of one-size-fits-all policies we're used to. So what this could mean for you as a policyholder is potentially fairer rates, more personalized rates, because the insurer just has a much clearer, data-driven picture of your specific risk. It's shifting from being reactive in assessment to being proactive, predictive,
Yeah.
offering something truly tailored.
And it's not just the behind-the-scenes stuff like underwriting. AI is driving a revolution in the customer experience, too. We're seeing this fundamental shift away from just reactive customer service,
Yeah.
where you only call when something's gone wrong, towards more proactive relationship management. Think intelligent chatbots giving 24/7 support. And they're constantly learning from every single interaction, getting better over time. It's like this continuous feedback loop making them smarter.
Yeah.
And this directly hits some really critical pain points in the industry. Our source pointed out that over 30% of people making claims expressed dissatisfaction. It's quite high.
Wow.
And 60%, a huge majority, cite slow settlements as their #1 complaint.
Okay.
So AI-driven efficiency and personalization, they tackle these things head on. By using AI for hyper-personalization, really understanding behavior patterns, insurers can offer tailored help, faster service, which is obviously essential for staying competitive, but it also significantly improves your experience as a customer. And they see it in the numbers too, like improved net promoter scores, that key measure of customer loyalty.
Right. Okay, one more area. Fraud detection. In a world where financial crime is always a threat, AI is turning out to be a really powerful ally against insurance fraud. Its pattern recognition abilities are just incredible. It can spot anomalies, suspicious behaviors in massive data sets that, frankly, a human investigator might easily miss.
Yeah, the scale is different.
Exactly. It's like having a digital detective working tirelessly, 24/7 in the background.
And this protection, it benefits all the honest policyholders directly. By sifting through all that data, AI systems can potentially cut fraud-related losses by up to 40%.
40%, that's significant.
It is. It's a huge saving, and it helps maintain the integrity of the whole system. Think about it this way. AI catching fraud isn't just about stopping criminals, it's potentially putting money back in your pocket. Because the cost of that fraud isn't being passed on to everyone else through higher premiums. It makes insurance fairer overall.
So, with all this potential, all these changes, how is it happening so relatively quickly, especially in an industry known for being, well, conservative? One key thing our source highlights is what they call the low-code acceleration factor.
Low code, yeah.
Right. It refers to these platforms, these tools that are basically democratizing AI development, making it more accessible. They allow what are called citizen developers. These are often business users, people who understand the business needs but don't have deep programming skills, to actually build AI solutions. It means AI isn't just locked away with specialized tech teams anymore.
And that democratization is really crucial,
Yeah.
especially in insurance, where regulations can change, customer expectations shift, sometimes really quickly.
Right.
Low code speeds up innovation because it lets the business adapt and build solutions much, much faster. You don't need a whole team of specialized coders for every single little project. It sort of breaks down barriers. It empowers the internal experts, the people closest to the actual business problems, to be part of the tech solution.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big shift in how innovation can happen.
So, given all these changes, these enablers, what's the bigger picture look like for the industry's future? The market potential is, well, pretty substantial. Our source projects AI and insurance reaching over $14 billion by 2034.
Wow.
And some estimates suggest it could generate maybe $1.1 trillion in annual value for the industry.
Trillion. Okay.
Huge numbers. And we're already seeing results from early adopters. Things like 14% improvements in customer retention, 48% increases in net promoter scores. Those are solid figures. They point to real business impact happening now.
But, and here's the surprising truth again, it kind of loops back to that paradox we started with, the biggest challenges. To actually implementing AI successfully, they aren't primarily about the technology itself.
Okay.
They are overwhelmingly organizational, internal. We're talking about things like deeply embedded legacy data systems that are just hard to connect new things to. We're talking about significant cultural resistance. People may be feeling threatened by change or just reluctant to shift away from established routines.
The human element again.
Exactly. And big skill gaps within the workforce. Do people have the training to work alongside these new tools? These internal factors, much more than how complex the AI is, seem to be the main roadblocks holding back successful wide-scale adoption. There's a really potent reminder. People and processes are just as critical as the pixels and the code.
So quite a journey we've taken in this deep dive. We started with that paradox of AI adoption in insurance. We looked at its really transformative impact on key areas like claims, underwriting, the whole customer experience. And we've uncovered what the real hurdles seem to be. Surprisingly, often not the tech itself, but the internal dynamics within the organizations.
Yeah, so what's fascinating here, I think, is the conclusion that success in this new AI-powered landscape, it needs more than just fancy technology. It demands, well, visionary leadership to actually guide the change. It needs a genuine willingness for cultural adaptation right through the organization. And comprehensive workforce development, training people, equipping them with new skills. It's really about fundamentally reimagining how insurance creates value, how it serves customers, not just about automating the old ways of doing things.
That's a great point. It seems the winners in this transformation won't be the ones who just automate what they already do, but maybe those who discover entirely new ways to serve customers, completely new ways to assess risk, and new ways to build trust in this increasingly digital world. So, a final thought for you listening. What does this story from the insurance world mean for other traditional industries? Or maybe even, how do you think about adopting new technologies in your own work or even your own life?